Silver in solar panels. Welcome back. This is Josh. This is the silver community. Silver in solar. Silver plays a critical role in solar PV technology because it's one of the best electrical conductors in the industry. It's used in the conductive paste on solar cells that collects and conducts electrical current generated from the sunlight. Silver's conductivity and reliability help solar cells work efficiently, which is why the metal remains integral even as technologies evolve. Now, how much silver is in a panel? Modern PV cells typically use around 10 to 22 milligrams of silver per watt, depending on the cell technology. Even with the efforts to reduce this, faster adoption in newer silver-intensive designs can increase the overall silver per panel. Now in 2023, 193 to 197 million ounces of silver were used by the solar PV industry, around 16% of total global silver demand. Demand grew sharply year on year as global installations expanded. Solar energy is expanding at a breakneck pace. Major builds in China, Europe, the US, India, and Brazil are pushing global capacity higher. Current global PV capacity has doubled in recent years and continues strong growth. To meet climate goals and renewable energy targets, solar capacity is projected to grow exponentially through 2030 and beyond. Each gigawatt of PV capacity installed can require hundreds of thousands of ounces of silver depending on the panel types used. This is the exciting part for silver stackers. Silver demand from the PV sector could increase by 170% by 2030, consuming a much larger share of the total silver demand. Now, some research actually suggests that by 2030 PV demand could represent 29 to 40% of global supply under certain scenarios. The silver supply may only meet 60 to 70% of total demand by PV and other uses by 2030 unless production or recycling increases significantly, hence the shortage. There are new advances like TOPCon and HJT solar cells which improve efficiency but tend to increase silver content per cell, even as older technologies are used less. Recycling efforts are underway, however, once silver tends to be in something, it's in it for life. Silver production has only got modest annual growth, making it hard to keep pace with the surging PV and industrial uses. The solar farm projects around the world, from utility scale solar farms to distributed rooftop systems, are being planned and built to accelerate decarbonisation, especially here in the UK. The scale of deployment implies massive long-term demand for silver unless substitutes or recycling improve meaningfully. Can't see it happening anytime soon. Solar technology is a major driver of silver demand and likely will remain that way. Growth in global PV installations means silver consumption in solar is always going to rise. Projects suggest supply may struggle without innovation, recycling, or alternative materials. What alternatives are there for silver? We'd have found them by now. Unless you want to strongly sacrifice the quality of the product you're building, you have to use silver. But in the grand scheme of things, for us stackers, we really see a difference because we buy a coin and we sell a coin. We buy a coin and we watch the value of that coin increase. But if a solar panel or a set of solar panels have to add an additional $50 to $100 on the price of a solar farm to account for the additional silver, is it that much in the grand scheme of things? Pop down in the comments and let me know. I'm from the UK, and Keir Starmer, our pathetic Prime Minister, is always harping on about net zero, net zero, net zero. He doesn't want to drill, is open-minded about nuclear, but net zero, net zero, net zero, net zero. He wants everybody to have digital ID, which means there's going to be a lot more AI computing systems. He wants everybody to have solar panels on their roofs. There's even a scheme in the UK where the government will pay for your solar panels to be installed on your roof. They'll cover the cost of the installation, and essentially you then sell the energy back to the government. I know, it's absurd. That's the kind of tactics they're using in the UK. So if you do own a property in the UK, if you learn something here, it's you can get solar panels for free, but you have to own the home. You can't be a tenant. Why can't you just use another metal? Because we all know metal conducts electricity, certainly most of it does anyway. So why can't you just choose a cheaper metal? Well, the properties of silver are as such. It's the most conductive metal currently to exist, or one of. And unlike some of the cheaper alloys, it doesn't deteriorate, it doesn't rust. Platinum has, and gold, extremely high conductivity. You've seen the prices of platinum, you've seen the prices of gold, which has shocked me a little bit, I won't lie. It's shocked me to see the price of platinum absolutely scream 150% upward this year, 2025. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about silver, everybody's talking about gold, but platinum, the dark horse, has snuck kind of below the radar, 150%. Now, why isn't this in the mainstream? It only took till Boxing Day for Elon Musk to post on his Twitter or X, this is bad. Silver is used in many industries. Now, what was he referring to? Was he referring to the price? Because for me, it didn't look like he was referring to the price, because although the price has gone up, is it bad, or is it that he has one of the largest electric cars or EV, electric vehicle companies on planet Earth, and his rockets that he blasts off into space, and all of his other AI centers and uses for silver? Is it the demand that he's talking about, that you just can't get silver? Or is it the price going up? Let me know in the comments. You tell me, because I'm not too sure. I think somebody like Elon Musk would tweet about not getting silver, but he's also not stupid. He knows by tweeting or putting on X that this is bad, it was going to drive the price of silver through the roof. But my favourite part about all of this, as somebody that stacks silver, is the following. It's not even in mainstream media yet. Only now is it starting to get recognition, with 170% increase this year. It's already got a jump. Now, when the regular and the average Joe get hold of the potential for silver, and when it starts to drip feed into mainstream, that's only going to add to the surgence of silver. And I can't see anything pulling it back. Like 2011, I can't see it. Now, Robert Kiyosaki has been saying for an awfully long time, he holds up a coin as such, and he says this is the biggest bargain on planet Earth right now, and he'd be right. Even now, at $79 or £59, is it a bargain? You let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Are you still buying, or are you going to sit tight and just kind of let the market play out? Let me know down below. If you haven't already, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more videos I will make. If you've learned one thing today, pop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what that is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know also. I'm Josh, this is the Silver Community, and I'll catch you soon.